What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So in our last video, we took a break from the bank reviews and looked at the Mint budgeting app, but I think it's time to get back on track, focus, and continue our search for the best online bank, which brings us to today's review on Graham Stephan's favorite, Ally Bank.
Ally Bank. You guys know I'm about to say it. I gotta say it. I say it in every single video. Ally Bank.
If you don't know who Graham Stephan is, that probably wasn't funny and made absolutely no sense, but that would mean that you've heard of me and not Graham Stephan. That's impossible. Anyways, if you want a full breakdown of Ally Bank, what they have to offer, and of course how they stack up against the many competitors that we've looked at, then be sure to stick around to the end. If you do get value out of today's video, then it would mean a lot to me if you'd consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel so that you can see the rest of the videos in this series. Alright, let's jump right into it. So Ally Bank, in a lot of ways, is the grandparent of the fintech industry since it was established in 2009. Now, I know that that is not old, but when compared to some of the other competitors that we've looked at that have barely been around for 5 years, Ally Bank has been around for a while. In a lot of ways, they were the first one to really popularize the fully online banking model, and they've had a lot of time to refine their platform, customer service, and the many features that they offer. So as far as savings go, they currently offer 1% regardless of your balance, and obviously that is constantly changing, so be sure to check what the current rate is, but at the moment 1% is pretty good and matches the 1% offered by Chime and beats out some other competitors like SoFi and Discover Bank, which is currently offering 0.95%. But unless you're Jeff Bezos himself, I don't think that a 0.05% difference is going to keep you up at night, but thumbs up to Ally Bank for coming out ahead. Of course, Ally charges none of the traditional fees, meaning no minimum balance fees, no monthly maintenance fees, and free access to over 43,000 all-point ATMs when you have a checking account with them. Now, I will mention that they do have a few odd fees here and there, including a $25 overdraft fee that I'm not very fond of, but they are really upfront about their fees, and they post all of them right on their website, and they're not trying to hide anything, which I definitely respect. As always, the lack of fees is an expectation at this point, but they do offer a few other unique features that we haven't seen elsewhere. The first is called Buckets, which allows you to divide up all of your savings into up to 10 categories, making it a lot easier to keep track of all of these. So let's say you're trying to save some money for home improvements, a family vacation, or maybe you're just stacking money for your Lambo. Well, you can put all of these in a separate bucket that'll allow you to visualize how much progress you've made on each of these savings goals. They also have another feature called Booster Savings, which allows you to set up recurring automatic transfers from either your checking account or another external account. And while SoFi does have something very similar, a few of the other banks that we've looked at do not have this, so it's definitely an added bonus. As far as checking goes, like I said earlier, you do have access to those 43,000 all-point ATMs, plus they will reimburse you up to $10 in off-network ATM fees each month. So even if you can't find an all-point ATM near you, you can still get those off-network ATM fees reimbursed to you up to $10. You also get a free debit card, of course, and free checks, which is awesome since that's kind of hit or miss with these online banks. Another feature that they took out of Discover's playbook is their partnership with Zelle, which, if you don't know, is a third-party peer-to-peer transfer app just like Venmo or Cash App. Now, some competitors have set up their own peer-to-peer transfer section within their app, but as we've talked about before, this isn't extremely convenient since both parties have to be on that platform in order to send or receive money. So in most cases, it's just easier to use a third-party app like Venmo. But just like Discover, Ally Bank has partnered with Zelle, meaning you can send or receive money into or out of pretty much any bank in the United States. And that is really convenient and removes the need to have another finance app like Venmo cluttering up your phone. One other thing about checking that is pretty awesome is they offer 0.1% on balances under $15,000 and 0.5% above that. And while you're probably better off keeping your money in your savings account and transferring it over when you do need it, it's pretty great that they offer such a high interest rate on these checking accounts. So all of that is great, but not really groundbreaking, but this is where Ally Bank really starts to make things interesting. On top of their checking and savings accounts, Ally also offers money market accounts with rates currently at 0.5%, and that also gives you access to that network of 43,000 all-point ATMs and the ability to remotely deposit checks. Remember that a money market account really gives you the best of both worlds with the features of a checking account and the interest rates of a savings account. You can also get some different certificate of deposits or CDs that go as short as 3 months and go all the way up to 5 years. Currently, their 3-month CD offers 0.35% and their 5-year CD offers 1%. And remember, those rates are guaranteed, since with the CD, you are agreeing to lock in your money for that given period of time in return for having that guaranteed rate of return. And that is a huge advantage if you're concerned about interest rates continuing to fall. Plus, they are also currently offering a 0.05% loyalty reward when you renew your CD with Ally Bank. So if you know that you don't need your money for a good amount of time, then you can continue to renew your CD with Ally Bank and get that 0.05% reward on top of the guaranteed rate that they are already offering. Another thing I love about their CDs is they currently have a no penalty option, which is an 11-month term offering 0.75% currently, and that no penalty means you can take that money out early even if it's before the maturity date of the CD, and you will pay absolutely no penalty. And that's kind of hilarious considering the whole point of a CD is that you're locking in your money for a given period of time, but this is a fantastic feature that they offer at a slightly reduced interest rate. Now, if you saw Monday's video, then you're probably thinking right now, well, Discover offers both money market accounts as well as CDs, and their rates are actually a little bit better right now. And you would be completely correct. However, finally, there is someone who can compete with SoFi, who not only offers this slew of banking features, including savings accounts, checking accounts, and those money market and CDs, but Ally also offers the ability to invest and borrow money. Yeah, you heard that correct. Ally Bank now offers 0 commission trading on over 2,000 ETFs, and I have to say that their platform is pretty well designed and easy to use. Remember that through all of the banks that we've looked at, not a single one has allowed you to save your money with their regular checking and savings accounts and also invest and borrow your money other than SoFi. But Ally Bank is really stepping up to the plate and giving SoFi a real run for their money. Outside of investing, you can also get home loans and auto loans through Ally Bank, and the rates are pretty competitive right now. Plus, this money is really easy to access if you already have another account with them, like a checking or savings account. Okay, so that means that this one platform offers checking and savings, money market accounts, CDs, an investing platform that's really easy to use, and the ability to get a mortgage or auto loan, all under the same platform. And that right there is the reason why Ally Bank is included in this series of videos. To be completely honest, their rates across the board are not anything to write home about, and their platform is not quite as easy to use and modern as some of the other ones that we've looked at, like Chime or SoFi. But they clearly have SoFi beat in the fact that they offer all of the same features, plus those money market and CDs, which is something that SoFi currently does not have. And since I'm always praising the customer service of SoFi, I do have to say that Ally Bank's customer service is just as responsive, and the individuals working at their call centers are extremely efficient and knowledgeable. Their average wait time is right around 5 minutes, and considering how many customers and members they have, that is really, really impressive and makes up for the general drawbacks of these fully online banks that we've talked about in previous videos. Now, obviously, there is no brick and mortar location, meaning there's nowhere that you can physically go and deposit cash, but we should probably be used to this by now, since this is kind of an expectation and is completely normal with these online banks. But there is one huge con that might be the kryptonite for Ally Bank. In my experience, and this seems to be pretty common across the board in the research that I have done, their transfers are extremely slow, and it can take 2 or 3 days in order to get money into or out of your Ally Bank account. Now, this may not sound like a huge deal, but let's say you have your emergency fund with Ally Bank and you get in a car accident or some other emergency happens, and you need to access that money immediately. Well, if it takes 2 to 3 days to get that money out of the account, then that could cause some real serious headache and really defeats the whole purpose of having an emergency fund that is so easy to access. Because remember, you should not have your emergency fund invested. Now, obviously, there are workarounds, and you could always use something like a credit card with a really high limit in order to cover that expense temporarily and then pay it off using your emergency fund. But it's just one of those things that is kind of frustrating, and it doesn't make any sense why a modern bank that is completely online in 2020 takes up to 3 days to get money out of that account. So that's the slew of features that Ally has to offer, and if you like everything under one umbrella and you're looking for an alternative to SoFi, then Ally Bank is a great option that has been around for a lot longer than any of the other banks that we've looked at so far. So how do I personally feel it stacks up against the competition? Well, that's a tough call because in some ways it far exceeds the competition while falling far behind in other categories. Like I said, the number of features that Ally Bank currently offers is more extensive than even SoFi, but the rates that they offer on their CDs and money market accounts fall short to other competitors like Discover Bank, who offer the same exact account types. But it's tough to compare those currently considering the crazy circumstances that these companies have had to face recently. So honestly, I don't think I can definitively say that one is better or worse than Ally, since they all excel in different areas. If you specifically know that you want access to something like a money market account or a CD, while also being able to invest and borrow your money under the same platform, then really Ally Bank is the only option to do all of those things under one umbrella. However, if you're just looking for a banking feature, then I personally would still stick with Discover, or if you want a checking and savings account and the ability to invest, then I would still give it to SoFi just because their platform is currently easier to use and a little bit more modern. But as things continue to unfold and interest rates change, Ally Bank may once again take the cake for the king of fintech. But until then, I don't think it would be my personal favorite. Everyone's needs are different though, so let me know what you think of Ally Bank down in the comment section below, and if there's any other banks that you'd like to add to this series of reviews, then be sure to let me know what your suggestion is down in the comment section as well. If you haven't seen the other videos in this playlist, then be sure to go back and check those out, since we've already looked at Chime, Varo, Discover Bank, as well as SoFi and Robinhood Cash Management in previous videos. There are some links down in the description to a few of the banks that we've looked at so far, and the ones that are currently my personal favorites, and each of those links will currently give you $50 for free when you sign up. So if you want to try some of these platforms that we've looked at and get $50 or more for free, then be sure to check out those links down in the description. But if there's another platform that you find more value in, then that is totally okay. If you did enjoy today's video, then please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel so that you can see the rest of the videos in this series. And of course, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.